Okay. This is an update of the car. I've had, this is, I got it about, in August, right? Yes, and I got it in August. And I put about 4,200 miles on it. And this car has ruined my perception of vehicles for all of them, you know. It's the electric takeoff, like power delivery of this vehicle. It's unbelievable. You've never driven an electric car, I would highly suggest you to drive one, because after a while it's kind of like addicting. So yeah, I've put 4,200 miles on it. What I like about it is that the power delivery. It is an awesome vehicle. It's comfortable. Again, it's super quiet. The way I drive, I'm getting about 230 to 240 miles per charge at 80%. I went ahead and I put a 220 in my house simply because it would take too long. So if you're gonna get one of these, get a 220. I know I have to get a cover, but this is the charger that comes with it. And yeah, I just put that 220 on it because it's easier to charge. I drive it on B mode, which is the regen brake. Somebody was explaining on my prior video, put a comment in there, and he's correct. The brakes do not have anything to do with it. So thank you. And when I put that, I do get about 20 to 30 miles more. So I'm always in it. So I got used to it because it's kind of like, I don't know. It's if you don't accelerate, it doesn't move. It doesn't roll over. If you put it on D only, it rolls like a normal car. When you release the brake, it rolls. When you put it in B, it doesn't roll anymore, so it stays in there. It's ideal when I'm in traffic. I just accelerate and decelerate. Of course, when you have and like he said, your brakes are, like they last a whole lot longer when you use that. I don't even have any wear in the brakes. I like it because now they anodize the brakes in the BMWs. Before, they used to get really rusty real quick. It's the same on this one. They all got the same type of rotors, which I like it. This is a gas engine, and it's got the 2-liter turbo, and it's quick. It's an 8-speed automatic. And they're really short gear ratios. So when you drive, it's a big difference, like this is fun to drive with the paddles and everything, but in comfort, well, it's the same thing, comfort. I like this one too, but the power is just the power, big difference. That's what I'm saying. This car is awesome. I've had a couple of issues with it, like the Apple Play wouldn't connect. But I shut it off and then did a hard reset, and then just I was gonna take it to a dealer, but I read on the internet, and then I did a soft reset on the radio, and then I turned it off, and then when I came back, it was good. So it was annoying, actually. The steering, the one that keeps you in the lane, you can adjust that. I like it because I get up early in the morning, so when I go to work, sometimes, I don't know, I'm dozing off, and I know I'm not supposed to do that, but it keeps me in the lane, so I like it. But sometimes it does get a little bit invasive, but I keep it anyways, regardless. So I have the plates on the sides, and the sensors are in there, and on that car it's pretty annoying because it beeps a lot. It's like almost in front of the sensor, kind of defeats the purpose. But Oh, and this car doesn't have neither one of these cars have a adaptive cruise control, which is annoying. But let me see everything else. The cool thing about these cars too is that you can set up the temperature. Like, it gets really cold in the mornings now, so you can set the temperature about 2-3 minutes or about 5 minutes before you leave. You from the phone, you just put that little tab, and then it warms out the car for you, and warms the steering, and warms the seats. So it's pretty comfy, you know. I'm not gonna lie, you know, this is awesome. I like it. I did have a flat one day, and that was annoying. If you don't have another car, you know, it's kind of like, oh, so I jump into this one, you know, like I drive both, you know, it's just, I take one, this one is for commuting, that one is for, I don't know, something, you know, if I don't, if I have to go somewhere and I know I need a little more clearance, I take that one. But this one, I got a flat one day, and it doesn't have a what's it called? A jack. So I had to borrow my son's jack, and then I had to, you know, there's a kit in there, and the kit that I showed you last time in my last video, super helpful. There's a little pump in there, and I was able, because the normal jack, the manual jack, doesn't fit. If it's completely flat, it won't fit under the car because it's really, really low, you know. So if the tire goes down all the way, you won't be able to fit it. So what I did is I used that air compressor, and I lifted it up with that, like, you know. So and it took a while. It took like, I don't know, 10 minutes. It didn't warm up or anything, but it's pretty handy. You know, that little air compressor, it will inflate these tires, which is amazing. Another thing with these cars is that the tires run at really high pressure. The rear ones are at 44, and the front ones are at 39. So I don't know what the reason for that is. So far, I'm loving it. You know, of course, like I said, I wouldn't have this as my only vehicle. I don't, that's why. But if you have another car and you want this for commuting, it's excellent. The stereo system is fantastic. That one's just got the regular. So the stereo system is awesome. The ride comfort, you know, it's really quiet and it's smooth. You don't hear anything. Sometimes, you know, I get distracted. I don't even hear people honking at me. I know. I'm sorry if you've been there. And it does give you the range is pretty good, actually, you know. Sometimes when I have to drive a lot, that's why I put the 220, because at work I can charge it, but it takes about $14 to get it from 10% to 80%, and it takes about 6 hours on the chargers at the school. But in my house at 220, you can see the line there. But here it takes about 4 hours to charge to 80. I don't know why, but it takes less time than it does here. My bill has increased, so I'm gonna get solar panels. I don't have solar panels yet, but I will get them because I can see that in the summer running the AC and all of that, my consumption is gonna increase. So I think it's gonna be worth to get the solar panels here. So yeah, if you're gonna get into this, and I will probably stay with electric cars from now and until, I don't know. I like it. I love the power delivery. I love like I said, the smooth is, yes, there's no comparison. You know, like you really, 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 you have to drive one of these and you understand. Okay? And then any questions, let me know.